What's up, my gems? And welcome or welcome back to Cars for Hire. My gems, it is time for a move. Physically, mentally, it's time for a move. Okay? So I have a few messages that I have written down. Let me write my insert real quick. It's time for something new. Now, I channeled Moana the last time, and today I'm channeling the same song. I've probably seen Moana about two times. So I'm not really sure why it's coming up. I do think the live action version is coming out, so maybe that's relevant. Maybe somebody wants to go and see the live action version. But I'm hearing Where You Are, the song that she's singing with primarily, I guess, her dad in the village and things of that nature. And so somebody may be very, very comfortable where they are, and that's great. But if you don't grow, neither will the community. You know what I'm saying? Because the only reason that she had to go out into the reef was to find more food, right? Okay. I could be wrong about that, but actually I'm not even gonna start with these. But I will start with prayer, and that's when I grab these. All right. Before we start this, y'all know we gotta pray before we eat. Divine, I thank you in advance. I ask for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection. I extend my gratitude and ask that my angels and guides protect me and mine on this vibe. There is something that is in your environment that you simply cannot ignore anymore. This thing behind me is so loud. It's so loud that I can hear it upstairs. It wasn't that loud before, and it's just grown so incredibly loud. So loud that it's hard to ignore. It's not gonna get it fixed. It's just time to move around. You feel what I'm saying? Um, some of you may be waking up to like a different time. That sounds crazy. Land before time hit is. I mean, as my alarm goes off. Personally, when it's time for me to move or my schedule to change in work or in my home life, I wake up around 5. The other day I woke up around like 4:30. Normally I'm up to like 3 something, but I woke up around 4:30. And so there's something about whatever it is that you have been ignoring for some time being so loud that you can no longer ignore it. I'm also picking up on Temporary Home by Carrie Underwood. Yeah, okay. Let me get this started. Okay. Brown Skin by India Ari. That may be significant. Somebody could have brown skin, put it where it goes. I don't know. Overflow. Now, when I set my intention, everything is fair game. So I made my coffee and it overflowed. So you can expect an overflow of information, an overflow of options, an overflow of money, an overflow of, I'm not sure, put it where it goes, but expect an overflow. Yes, okay. Bear. Somebody could be saying a lot of bears, osos. I don't know why I feel the need to say it in Spanish, but osos, okay. Butterflies could be very significant. Smoke. They don't want it. They don't want no smoke with y'all. I'm hearing you don't want no problem with me. I've heard smoke at least 4 times within the past 2 days. Yeah. This one's very specific. Abigail. Abigail. You are uninterested in ending a cycle that is unaligned with you. Do with that as you will, Abigail. My nose just started itching. Okay. Also, going back to the whole collective, there's something suspicious around you. You're not crazy. That's weird. Okay. I also heard right before I hit record, but I didn't mean it. They meant it. And they're lying. Okay. All right, collective. Okay, something that I keep hearing with that song, and no one leaves. So here we'll stay. We can't stay here forever. There's not enough food. That's what I keep hearing. And no, that's what keeps standing out to me. And no one leaves. Um, that melody is from somewhere. Damn, that's gonna bother me. That melody is from something. It triggers something. Okay. All right. So what's the message for today, Lord? For my gems to send them on their way to make great things and to make the ground shake. What's the message for today? I heard oy vey. All right. Okay. Confirmation. Something about $1,000. Somebody could need $1,000 to move. Somebody could be gaining $1,000. Music, as I say, that reminded me of something. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. That's interesting because before I came down here, when I set my intention, sometimes I'll set it the night before, and I'll pick up hints throughout my sleep and on my way coming down here as far as what it is that I'm supposed to utilize, how it's supposed to look, and things of that nature. I saw this deck and I was like, okay, I'll use that deck. It's been a minute. And then I was just watching the last video that I did with this one, with this deck, and it was something about fairies. And so I'm being called to the fairy deck again. My fairies, where y'all at? Hands up. Boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, music could be very significant. Fairies. I always say this, but you could be misplacing things. That's not you misplacing them. The fairies want your attention. Somebody could have a fairy house. There are three fairies here. I never realized. The number three could be significant. You could live with three people or three people, including yourself. So two people. There's something about there not being enough space or enough resources where you are. And so somebody's going to have to take the bullet. Somebody's going to have to, bullets can be significant. Somebody's going to have to take the risk in order to benefit the biscuit. You got to risk it for the biscuit. All right. What else? So here I stay. Da 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 is where you are. And then she gets to her grandma, who's always been deemed the crazy person, only because she doesn't simply move aimlessly through the community and doing what she's told. She follows herself, her inner guidance. That little voice is who you are. And she said, take heed to what your parents are saying. So there's somebody around you that may be a little limited in their beliefs only because they want to see you safe. They don't want to see your heart broken. They don't want to see you worried or stressed out due to the unknown. But the unknown is where things grow. We don't know everything. Sometimes we are in God's waiting room. Yeah. Okay. Can I get one more? Hidden depths. So there's something within you. This is what I'm picking up on right away. There's something within you that you possibly haven't explored enough. Something is hidden. Something hidden is about to come to light. Perhaps a secret or a memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. Something about a child could be significant. Monsters Inc. could be significant. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings. I always say a fairy deck. Is this an angel deck? No, this is a fairy deck. Okay. I always call it an angel deck. It's a fairy deck. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Somebody might need help. It's all types of greens up in this thing. Green, green. Okay. The heart chakra. There's some exploration of your heart that you might need to dive into. That's why we get Moana. Somebody needs to explore their own depths. Depths. I can't stand that word. It's so hard to say. Okay. We're going to do things a little differently. distant future. What is it that my collective needs to explore right now? What needs to be searched? Animosity. Some of you all may be a little angry from the past, or there may be some suppressed anger that you haven't quite explored. And a lot of times I find that at the center of anger is pain. So the anger is a defense mechanism. Have you ever met someone that's always on the defense and is always insulting someone? That's a sign of weakness. What are you hiding? Why is it that you're always coming up against someone with your spear? Your default is on guard. And so what is it that you are protecting? The soft shell, the soft insides, the soft innards? I could be talking to a Cancer or a mama bear, because I did channel mama bear. But there's some animosity that needs to be explored. Can I have one more for my collective? Imprisonment. There's a part of you that is trapped, and because you are trapped, you aren't fully being yourself. And because you aren't fully being yourself, you are not happy. And because you are not happy, you could be emitting some really toxic or negative energies, collective, because you decided not to follow your inner self, your highest self, due to who may judge you, what it may look like, the names you may be called. But at the end of the day, we have to decide who matters more, my judgment of self or their judgment of me. People that are flawed, sinners, and essentially no better than you. Now, if you believe that somebody is better than you and so they have a right to judge you and treat you however they want, that's another story for another day. A lot of people fail to realize that the people around you that are assisting you, those are God's blessings coming from one vessel. You don't owe anybody anything. Especially if they treat you wrong in any way, shape, or form. It's the landlord, it's a parent, it's a lover, it's a friend. Expectation. You don't owe anybody anything. Voodoo. This is feeling like a source of control. Someone may have given you something, offered you something, because the exchange is in their benefit. And so you may be angry. You may be feeling like, I can't get out of this hole because I owe so and so. That's probably what they want you to think. But like I said, people are sent by the divine as proxy or by proxy. Gifts are sent through other people for assistance from the divine. You don't owe them anything. Our respect and gratitude goes to the Most High. Emotional pain. Someone's been feeding off of this. If you're not crying, then you're mad. Why is that, collective? Or someone may be trying to guilt trip you with their tears. Confirmation on my phone. Confirmation on my phone. You may be expected to repay someone, and it's like, my money can only go so far. If I pay you back, then I'll always be in the hole, and I won't be able to get out of the hole because I'm continuously paying you back. Can I get one more? Where are we going? Where's the collective headed? And no one leaves. It's like leverage in order to keep you where you are. Ow, that hurt. I've been rubbing my nose so much with tissue. You know how you rub too much and you sometimes like get like a little scab? That's what I got. Oh my gosh, it hurts. And I just stretched it. Allergies. Allergies could be significant. Community and chakras. This is interesting. These same two cards came out together in my Aquarius reading. Gems, you got people watching you and judging you because they wouldn't do it like that. But they also couldn't walk a mile in your shoes. Ritual at the bottom. This is interesting. I shuffled this deck quite a few times, the High Priestess. You're different from us, which means you can't be trusted. We must start the drums of war. Somebody could be calling you a savage, abnormal, crazy, disrespectful. Excuse me. But there's something about you that's built up over time that's caused this animosity that may even lead to a tower moment. You were probably taught to be obedient. You were taught obedience as opposed to self-respect. Confirmation on my phone. And now, since you are coming out of just doing what they say just because they're the elders, or just doing what he says just because he's my superior or my authority figure or the man, or just because she's the eldest, there's something about you now being deemed as ungrateful, unreliable, disrespectful, irrational. But it's only because with the self-respect that you have now gained or you are acquiring, how the fuck am I supposed to use you now to my benefit? How am I supposed to guilt trip you? How am I supposed to utilize you as I see fit? How am I supposed to wield your magic for my benefit? How am I supposed to outsource the things that I need now? And no one leaves. No one leaves. You know what it's giving me? Y'all know sharks could be significant. When Shrek and Donkey finally get to uh what's it called? I forget what the land is called. Far, far away. I forget what it's called. But when he pulled the lever, shit, what is it called? Oh, I feel so bad. That was my movie. That's still my movie to this day. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and we'll get all of our Duloc. Duloc is a perfect place. There's a roll off the grass while your shoes wipe your face. Duloc is a perfect world. That's that. We all know that Duloc was not a perfect world. It's all about the image. Someone's more so worried about the optics, how it looks if you are rebelling against the family. How does it look if you are rebelling against me and I'm supposed to know best? And this is the thing. If you do know best, then someone's feeling slighted or insecure because they also have fed into the belief of I'm the oldest, I'm the parent, I'm the man, I need to know everything, I need to lead everything. Okay. Queen of Wands right here. This is you. You are growing into your confidence, growing into your own. And so you may also be a little upset because why wasn't I shown this before? Why wasn't I taught this before? Family, lover, friend. Why wasn't I taught this before? Boss? Yeah. Something about someone being money hungry or power hungry. I'm not saying that it's you guys. I'm saying that it's someone around you. You know, when you come from under the veil, you need to be pissed. It's part of the process. Think about how many people are realizing that history was a lie. The history that we were told was a lie around a lot of things, surrounding a lot of things. Even to this day, people are still being lied to, and you need to get angry for the children, for POCs, for the women. You need to be angry in order to do something about it. You're just gonna be mad, or you're gonna do something about it. You're like, it's our perfect world. Why your shoes wipe your face? Two of Cups. You could be growing, attaining a bit of autonomy from someone or something, from a particular nucleus or your nuclear family, or like the headquarters of something. Okay. Yeah. Something about the atom could be significant, where it all started. Atom, not Adam. Atom. Yeah. We saw the devil. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. 666 could be significant in a good way. Something about a genetic makeup could be significant. Okay. Expectation and voodoo. What is this? The Chariot and the Eight of Coins. Someone could be expecting you, or you could be expected to continuously moving forward, and that's how everything works. Someone could, okay, yeah. Someone could be expecting you to continue. I said I might be talking to a Cancer. The Chariot pops out. And the Nine of Swords. Somebody's worried that if whatever it is that they are doing does not work, then everything won't move as smoothly as it has been for them. Somebody wants like minions or something like that. I know when I was growing up, my family used to joke about their children being the slaves. Like, not for real, but go get me this, go get this, take this out, do this, and that. So yeah, there could be like a child kid parent dynamic or a kid elder dynamic. Like, don't question what it is that I tell you to do, just do it. Do as I say, not as I do type thing. Community. And now everybody's tuned in because, oh, we had a choice. We had a choice. When you are aligned, you have self-respect. You're no longer abandoning yourself. Your heart is yours and yours alone. Your mouth is yours and yours alone. Your mind, your third eye, your body is meant to benefit you. If it doesn't benefit you, and I'm not saying move selfishly, I'm just saying don't let anybody take advantage of you and or your naivety, because people will. So now that you are aligned, I'm hearing so what will you say at my funeral now that you have killed me? Somebody's dramatic. Somebody's very dramatic. You know how they say if you block yourself from, some people might understand, if you block yourself from your mama hit or from a parent hit, oh, you hit them and now all the family knows. There's something about that. Somebody is coming into their own, and somebody on the phone like providing a false narrative. They're making it seem as if you are just so disrespectful, so this, so that, when really they've just lost their control over you, mind, body, and spirit. And so this animosity could also be them, collective. Put it where it goes. Page of Coins. You're just learning new stuff. 8 to the 9, you're just learning new stuff. Because this is the thing, if you are in a constant state of needing them, then you got to do what I say in order to receive the resources. Yeah. In order, the star, in order to receive what it is that you want from me, whether it's money, advice. Because you know, you have some family members that might be like, nah, you didn't want to listen to me before, like real petty. But we are here to live and experience life, not just learn from what you went through. Because at the end of the day, I need to be able to pinpoint where the red flags are. You're not going to always be able to lean over and say, hey, is this the right thing? Hey, is this a good idea? No, we got to learn on our own. At the end of the day, everybody passes. I need to know how to survive without you, type thing. That's what it's feeling like. Like I said, this could be in any situation, familial, work wise. I just heard somebody works in a hospital, but I heard hospital. If you're on Threads, then you know hospital. Somebody, it could be crazy. Somebody could be misinterpreting something. Somebody could be misspelling something. Somebody's misinterpreting what it is that you're trying to do. Hospital. Lord have mercy. Can I have community and chakra, please? Two of Swords. They don't understand what you're doing. Eight of Wands. They don't understand what you're doing, but they are talking a lot about it. I saw this one clip the other day. A young lady called her grandma, asked for $300. She's like, okay, let me call you back. The grandma called her sister. She like, yeah, you might want to check on your sister because she just asked me for $1,000. Meanwhile, the whole premise was she has a man that's sleeping in the house. Where's your man to help you out? The sister called her mama like, yeah, she asked grandma for $1,500. That man over there beating on her. It's that. It's like something has manifested into the opposite to what it was not. Hello, can I speak? No, I cannot. Oh, you haven't said anything about it, but everybody else around you is talking about it. Interesting. You don't even, it's like you may not even give a damn about speaking your piece. You're just trying to keep your peace. So you're not going to go back and forth trying to fix and mend and fix the perception of people whom you really don't even respect. People will judge you from a lie of a life. People will make it seem as if their marriage is happy, as if their kids are this, as if their partner is this, their job is this. Whole time they are suffering off of line. They're suffering offline. You know how many people will lie about their marriage just to save face, but complaining every other day? I digress. I digress. Page of Coins, the more you know. There's some information about this family that you may know, and it's not even worth correction. How they see you is not even worth correction because the truth about them is very apparent. And so let them think whatever they want, but they don't value themselves enough to fix their issues. So of course they're gonna focus on yours. They're stuck in a marriage that they are unhappy with, but they'll never let anybody but the people closer to them know, right? People are stuck in a workplace, but the money's good. So I'll sacrifice. People sacrifice themselves every day for what looks good on paper to everybody else. I be damned. I'll break that generational curse. I'll do it. And that's what it's feeling like for y'all collective. 10 of Coins, something about family. It's over. You could be breaking the generational curse of marrying the wrong person, marrying too young, having kids too young, not being able to go to school, not going to college, not finishing high school, starting your own business, because we do have the Queen of Wands here, and that's the issue. Not only have you not fallen into the pit that everybody else has fallen into, but you've fallen into your own pits and you were able to get out of them. How dare you? And then you got the nerve to look at us because they're already judging you, because they're already envying you. They've already put you on a pedestal, but they don't want you to feel like that. This is what it's feeling. I'm getting like mixed energies. Some people around you are jealous with what it was that you were able to accomplish. Others pity you because they feel like you're crazy and you're not following the structure that everybody else has crumbled to, everybody else has submitted to. How dare you not suppress your innards like everybody else? Be normal. But there's something about possibly your lineage, because I keep going back to grandma singing to her, like, listen to your family. However, that inner you, don't you ignore that for nobody. For nobody, collective. I don't care what good may come out of you limiting yourself. Of course, it's good. It's supposed to keep you safe. But your mind isn't built for success. It's built for safety, security. So sometimes you have to break out of certain mindsets in order to go and reach out and touch faith. Okay? I think I'm gonna leave this here because otherwise we're gonna be going for about an hour. And not today. I love and appreciate y'all so much. I hope this helped. Hold on. I never leave without an oracle. I mean, we did have an oracle, but and no one leaves. You're gonna have to leave. You're gonna have to leave where you are. It's up to you, but you're gonna have to leave. Closing out for my collective. I never leave it, so it feels so empty, but yeah. Okay. So here I stay. Da 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 is where you are. Wasn't I telling y'all about the pitfalls that you could have come across? All right. You have seen my descent. Now watch my rising. Breakthrough, success, overcoming all obstacles. And this is what they are upset about. There's something about the obstacles that were placed in your way, and you could have had way more because you are the curse breaker. I heard the other day, it really put some things into perspective for me. It's harder for you because you are meant to break it. Other people are allowed to live in their illusions, to live in their facades, to sit with the uncertainty and the uncomfortability of not following their north node doesn't really itch them as much, doesn't really bother them as much, but it bothers you for a reason because you are meant to change it. You're different for a reason. You look different for a reason. You think outside of the box for a reason. Shamans, oracles, witches, brujas, they are originally, witch meant weird. But if everybody thinks the same, then who is going to branch out and embrace or nurture the change? We can't stay here forever and not branch out. More resources. I keep getting that. There's something about more resources that need to be gained, more knowledge, more money, more food, more materials for shelter. There's something about that. More land needs to be acquired. Change needs to be accepted in order for a better future. Distant future was what we split the deck on before. It's time to move on. Hospital. I love y'all so much. I hope this helped. If you need anything else from me, please check the description box down below. And as always, my gems, stay fly, aim high. All right.